name is Jonathan James. I'm a family attorney with Goranson, Bain, Ausley. The issue I'm going to be talking about today is how to minimize emotional and financial stress in a divorce. The causes of emotional and financial stress in divorce, there can be numerous. One of the major ones is fear of the unknown. I meet with people who are going into a situation that they didn't plan for, and they are lost on really what it looks like. When they have that unknown fear about what this process looks like, they can wind up causing more harm to their finances and to their relationships. Another reason that I see being a cause of financial and emotional distress in a divorce is simply that one party in a divorce, or both, one spouse, has lost trust, all trust in the other side, is very angry at the other side. I run into that a lot, which is understandable in a divorce, but it is something that we have to address. The next question would be, well, what can we do to help mitigate that financial and emotional damage as we go through the divorce process? And I think the first thing I typically do with clients early is I want to work on goal setting. I ask them, what, in your mind, what does this look like 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now? Where are you? What's your relationship with your kids like? What's your relationship with your ex-spouse like? What's your relationship with your mutual friends like? The next question is how do we get from where we are today to meeting those goals, that 6 month, that 1 year, that 5 year goal? One of the ways I do this is walk you through what I call a divorce process roadmap. It's a roadmap that will guide us through the divorce process from the least financially costly and intensive option, and it stair steps up as needed to more intensive options. And we start with information gathering. The first question, once we have our goals, I ask my client is, do I have all the information I need to make a decision about a settlement terms in my case? And if we don't have that information and we don't have that answer, then we have to go get that information. And that can be done a lot of ways. There's, I will say, more informal, easier, cheaper ways to do it. However, if you've got a party on the other side who's not being forthcoming with information, you have to engage in a more formal or intensive discovery process involving subpoenas and depositions and things of that nature. But once we gather the information we need to be able to make informed decisions about the outcome of our case, we can then go into the next phase of the roadmap and, okay, now that we have this information, what do we do with it? And what we do is there's a bunch of different ways to resolve it, from kitchen table negotiation to attorney-attorney negotiation, mediation, and of course then there's the courtroom and there's trial. And we will weigh those options and try to figure out, again, the least destructive to your finances and to your relationships option that we can achieve those goals. So it's important to find a lawyer who will come alongside you, meet you where you are, and walk with you through this process, and has your goals in mind and shares your goals with getting this resolved without running up the bill and without causing more financial and emotional harm than is necessary to achieve those goals we've set out for you.